Here we are at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the next race of the Target Series Season number 4. We're here for the running of the Pepsi 300. On the pole is your points leader, Justin Heath. He has a slim points lead. Choose outside the the 2 of Jason Larker. In third, you have the 7 of Isaac Nichols. Fourth is Eli Bright. Running up top 5, you get the Pepsi-sponsored car of Kyle Hunter. Then Jason Camino Jr. in 6th. 7th is Tyler Lyman. 8th is Max Anderson. 2 teammates make up the next row. Jonathan Buford and Luke Rainey will round out the top 10. So once again, starting on the same row for those two. Then the rest of the field will go Bryson Collins and Joe Jefferson. Behind him is Jay Jefferson and then Riley Spurley, along with Derek Hamill, second in points by only 3 points. And then you got Mason Hayward, Robert Hernandez, and Evan Hunter on the next row. Then you got Jeff Smito and Alex Stewart, Levi Jones and Steve Larker, Jake Gambit and previous Charlotte winner TJ Hanley, then Tim Randolph and Jake West, along with Marcus Tachi and JT Hanley, then Jeff Bright and Colton Yo, Jake Richardson and Trey Rainey, John Gambit and Tim Gary, along with Patrick Smith and Jimmy Gambit, and Joe Sandro and Julie Sanderson, Code Luigi and Alexander Rowe. And right out the field, you got Michael Canto and Carter Friesen on row 21, 41st, and 42nd. So that is your 42-car field here at Charlotte. Let's now go down trackside for the command.
Alright, take a nice big deep breath so you get your seatbelts tugged. Double check your steering wheel. Sit back, relax, get a nice pace, nice rhythm, and let's go out there and have a good day, alright, bud?
And before we go green in the Pepsi 300, we would like to remember the terrorist acts that took place 16 years ago today, September 11th. Obviously very devastating. We would like to think of the families of those who were lost and the lost ones, as we will pay tribute to them. From laps 9 through 11, we'll have a silent laps 9 through 11. Pace cars in 30 laps at Charlotte, just neat on the front row of Jason Larker as we come down the front stretch. We are green flag racing here at Charlotte. Justin Heath with a great jump. Here comes Isaac Nichols to the bottom lane as they hit 3 and 4 for the first time here tonight. Nichols with a big push from Kyle Hunter behind him as they hit 3 and 4, and off of turn number 4 they will come. Nichols will clear Heath, and it looks like he'll be the one to lead lap number 1. Hunter looks to the inside. He's not going to have enough there. Nichols leads lap number 1, the number 7 car. Here comes Hunter to the bottom lane. He's looking for more as they hit turn number 1. Yeah, Hunter with a great run there from Tyler Lyman. Lyman might make it 3 wides. Behind them, Buford in the middle of a 3-wide mess. I believe that's Eli Bright that went all the way to the top. Carter Friesen, I think, might have scraped the wall in 1 and 2 as they now hit turn 3. See the run that they get down the backstretch on the top side, but you have to be a lot more clear than that to get down to the bottom lane. They make it 3 wide behind, side by side for the race lead. Nichols actually leads that lap, so the outside lane getting really good runs off of 2 and 4. Just cannot clear that 18 car, and it's really going to hurt him. Lyman's going to get forced to the middle here. Yeah, Max Anderson coming to the bottom lane in the number 50 car. He might go 3 wide for the race lead on the bottom lane. Look at the run for the 50. Nichols, once again, on the high side, gets a big push, but he's going to be way top side. They've got their mirrors full. They've got a handful right now. Nichols into the wall, just a little bit down to Kyle Hunter. Heath is rubbing up against the quad over wall, down to Eli Bright. Oh! Eli hard to the outside wall. Justin Heath is upside down. Your points leader's upside down in a vicious crash. And many cars are collected here on lap number 4. The caution will come out. For a big crash, they're going to be racing back here. These leaders did not take the caution flag. Max Anderson trying to race back. He's going to beat the rest of the field. Jay Jefferson will beat Joe Jefferson back to the line. And a scary, scary crash for Eli Bright and Justin Heath as they go hard into the outside wall. Heath goes upside down. Let's see what happened between the two. This wreck started once Nichols got into the wall of the number 7 car. Heath goes high to avoid it, thinking there might be a wreck. He's going to hit the quad over wall right here, and then he's going to come down once he hits it into Eli Bright. Bright goes down to Hunter and Stewart, and then Bright, after him, Hunter goes up in, hard hit for Justin Heath and Eli Bright. Derek Hamill second in points involved. Code Luigi, Riley Spurley to Robert Hernandez off the ground. John Gambit involved. Steve Larker with a ton of damage. Jeff Bright possibly with damage. JT Hanley in the 81. Jake Richardson stopped. Jim Gambit. Heath comes to a blazing stop. Alexander Rowe also involved. Look at this in real time. Then we'll get an onboard camera with a few drivers. See if there are any really lucky ones here. Luke Rainey did get some damage right there in the A7. We saw him hit hard. Right there, Jay Gambit, John Gambit, Jim Gambit, all three Gambits involved in that. Let's go on board with their points leader, Justin Heath, also on pole for tonight's race. And it's going to end in the garage area as he hits hard. Very scary crasher and wondering if he's ever going to come back on all fours. Derek Hamill, second in points by only 3 points, also has an on board. See Car Friesen in the 54 also went around. One more, TJ Hanley in the 44. He's won here in the past. He was able to escape through this. Yeah, great job there by TJ to miss that. So Max Anderson led the field back to the stripe. And it looks like they will stay out in the 50 car will lead us back to the green flag. We will be going back green here in lap number 9, so that means we will be silent for the restart and the few laps after it. The car's out because of this, a big list. You got Jim Gambit, Alexander Rowe, Cole Luigi, Jeff Samito, Eli Bright, Justin Heath, Bracey Collins, Riley Spurleytube. Derek Hill is actually going to gain points on Heath because he finishes a few positions ahead of him, and Steve Larker also out. So we're going to have 32 cars left on the lead lap and in the race. Out front you have Max Anderson, second we have Jay Jefferson, third is Joe Jefferson, fourth Mason Hayward, and fifth is Tyler Lyman. Then Kyle Hunter in sixth, seventh is Isaac Nichols, eighth Jonathan Beeford, Jason Larker ninth, and rounding out the top 10 you got Alex Stewart. So once again, let's all pay our condolences to the ones who were lost in the 9/11 terrorist attacks and also the families of them as we will go silent for these next few laps. Green flag is back out. We are back racing here at Charlotte. Thank you for being silent. You saw right there, big mess going into 3 and 4. The leaders 3 and almost 4 wide. Buford comes out of it with the advantage. Lyman hit the wall. Stewart got a little loose, blocked up the inside lane, and the front three have cleared. And here comes Joe Jefferson now for the race lead. Yeah, a lot happened in that. Max Harrison got away and actually was leading for a good amount there, but the draft kind of pulled everyone back together, and he was passed. And then he's now... Oh, Kyle Hunter almost spun back there. Yeah, now Max Anderson continuing to fall on the outside lane as Joe Jefferson looks for a peak once again. Mason Hayward will be behind him. Yeah, so thank you for being silent for laps 9 through 11 right there. Appreciate that tremendously. Joe Jefferson trying to get up there and lead the rest of this race, but he has some hard-charging cars behind him, including TJ Henley. Remember we talked about he's won here earlier in his Target Series career. Season number 2 of the Penzo 300. He went to victory lane in a photo finish with his teammate. But will we see another victory for Hanley? He actually won the All-Star race here in the Cup Series just a little bit ago, so he knows how to win here. He's won here in many different series and across many different cars, so you know he has the knack for Charlotte. But can he break through? He has the race lead now, but Levi Shones is coming in the 38 with a big run. Hayward going to get up the track, into the wall, down to Joe Jefferson, around goes the 6, along with Colton Yo, into the wall hard, and we've got the big one, Marcus Sachi. They're still piling in. Carter Friesen hits Max Harrison, who's now on his side, up and over, barrel rolling through the grass. Caution will come out. A few cars do get away. TJ Henley and Levi Shones all by themselves. They lead us back to the line, and just before halfway, a caution, going to set up a restart late in this race, and issues for the 6 of Mason Hayward. Marcus Sachi also involved, and a big crash off of turn number 4 once again. Let's see what happened. Here's what happened. Racing off turn number 4, just a little bit too high for Mason Hayward, and he's going to get into the wall, and we've seen that time and time again here. They get into the wall, they come down, they get the car underneath them, and that's where Joe Jefferson spins into Colton Yo. And then that's where Marcus Sachi also gets all of his damage. Joe Jefferson spins up into Jonathan Buford. Jay Jefferson and some others get through on the bottom. Jason Larker, Tyler Lyman, Julius Harrison gets spun into it by Jake Richardson. Max Harrison gets nailed by Carter Friesen and goes up and over. Luke Rainey, Alexander Rowe, Joe Sandrovich, John Gambit, JT Hanley, Jeff Bright. Here comes Jay Gambit into it. Jason Semio Jr. also involved. So the cars that were in the last wreck and had damage, they also were in this one. As we'll look at this in real time, we'll look at this from a few different camera angles. Yeah, I don't know how much damage the 31 actually got right there. He probably got a good bit of damage. It didn't look like he had that much at first, but now looking at it, it looks like he got some pretty heavy damage there. And Michael Canto came in at the end, nailed the 81 hard. Look at this from a different angle. Max Harrison's flip especially, as that was one nasty flip. He was on his side just a little bit there, and once he got into the grass, that grass really flips cars once they hit it, and you saw that right there. It's a big crash. Wow. There's not going to be many cars left. Trey Rainey, the last car to get through, as the rest are going to have some significant damage right there. So TJ Hanley, we were talking about him. He led the field back to the stripe over Levi Shones. They will stay out, and after halfway, we're going to have a restart. 44 car Hanley out front. 12 to go when we get this restart. TJ Hanley will lead the field back. Because of that crash, we have the 14 Michael Canto out, along with John Gambit, JT Hanley, Carter Friesen, and Max Harrison. So there's going to be 27 cars left in this race. TJ Hanley is out front. Levi Shones in second. The damaged car, Joe Jefferson, in third. How fast will he get up to speed? Jay Jefferson, fourth. And another damaged car, Colton Yo, in fifth. Then Isaac Nichols in sixth. Damaged car, Jonathan Buford in seventh. Then you got Patrick Smith, Alex Stewart, and Tim Gary rounding out the top 10. So we got a lot of damaged cars up in the middle of this pack. It's going to be interesting to see how that affects this restart. Coming to the green flag for Hanley out front. The green flag is back in the air. We're back racing. If I'm Joe Jefferson, I'm going to let Jay Jefferson go by, obviously. Colton Yo has some pretty heavy damage to the front end. It looks like Nichols is trying to get around the outside of him. Buford's also going to be pretty slow. This is only on the restart, though, so it'll take the cars just a little bit to kind of fall off here with the damage. See Joe Jefferson getting passed by Jay Jefferson easily off of turn number 2. Nichols will pull low underneath the Yo. Jefferson gets clear of the other Jeffersons. The front two get away. Now Jay Jefferson's going to try and join them. Nichols clears Colton Yo on the high side. Alex Stewart does have some damage, but that car is up to speed, working well. Here comes Nichols underneath the damaged car. Joe Jefferson now with 11 laps to go. And he wants to get up there. He wants to be one of the 4 cars contending for the race win. And if Joe Jefferson can just try and hold his position right there, it would be great for him. Shones with the peak down the backstretch. Didn't have it. Didn't have enough for a run. He's going to get back in line and actually lose some ground to the 44 car. But the draft in the corners will get him back together. Yeah, don't count out Jay Jefferson and Isaac Nichols right there. Once they get into this pack, they will definitely have a shot. Anyone's race so far. 10 to go. Here comes Jay Jefferson. He knows how to win here too. He won the Coca-Cola 600 in the Gary Cup Series last season, and then he also almost swept at the Bank of America 500. He finished about half a car length behind the race winner. So he definitely knows how to win here, and this could propel his Target Series season up, as he has not had the best of luck. He's in the top 20 points, I believe, but a win to get into the chase would be huge because he needs it. 9 to go, and no one has touched that 44 car. He's out front and just pulling away, but this battle for second, that's definitely going to help him as they come down the backstretch. The run for Shones off the corner, though, tremendous. Come to 8 to go. With these two battling, Isaac Nichols, Tim Garrett, they're going to start to close in just a little bit. It's a 5-horse race right now. Evan Hunter in 6th, Tyler Lyman, Patrick Smith, Jason Larker, and you got the 20 of Trey Rainey also up there. 8 to go here at Charlotte. TJ Hanley won earlier this season at Watkins Glen, and I think the 4 behind him are looking for their first wins of the season. Luke Rainey had very slow. When do they catch him? Is it a factor? Hanley's going to go to the bottom lane. Everyone does. The front 5, 6 are going to get low. Whoa, close there for Lyman and Patrick Smith. They're able to get by. 5 cars in a big pack. Tim Gary looks for 4th. 7 to go. Jay Jefferson looks for 2nd. No one's been able to touch TJ Hanley right now, but if Jefferson can get up there and Tim Gary, they will have a big shot. Evan Hunter also in this pack, along with Patrick Smith. That's right now about 7 cars. Jake Richards had very slow. And then you got Tim Renoff and some others, so this will come down to lap traffic. And come to 6 laps to go. It's about 7 cars that have a shot to win. Hanley is the one leading them. And Shones is still side by side with Jay Jefferson. And this is helping TJ Hanley. He has no one near him, so he can get by these lap cars once he catches them fairly easily. Come to 5 laps to go. Tim Gary looks to the inside. Jay Jefferson. Jefferson with a good run off the top is going to clear. They're going to catch Richardson in the corner. TJ's going to go to the outside. Jefferson has to check up. Shones will also go to the outside. He's going to get a big run off of turn number 4. Shones looking to the inside. Hanley brushed the wall. 5 to go. It's a 2-horse race now. If the caution comes out, the race is over. Tim Gary, Evan Hunter trying to get by. And that has really affected the outcome of this race. Jake Richardson slows Jefferson and some others and allows 2 cars to get away. And I think it's just going to be these. Oh, big crash! Kyle Hunter's upside down. This is for the race. Hanley looks to the inside. Shones. This will be the race back to the line for the win. Shones and Hanley are going to go side by side to the stripe. And at the line, it's going to be, I believe, Levi Shones. They're giving it to Shones. We have to see how much that's by. By 4 thousandths, he wins the race back to the stripe. Hanley thinks it's him. Shones saying, nope, it's me. And a big crash. Kyle Hunter looks like it was up on his lid off of turn number 2, possibly because of the lap car Jake Richardson. So that will end the race under caution. Levi Shones should be going to victory lane unless something weird happens. We're going to see the race back to the line. Look how close it is to get to the line right about there. If we go even farther, it's even closer. Shones somehow beats Hanley to the stripe by 4 thousandths. He's going to get to victory as long as he can coast it around 3 more laps. But first, let's see what happened. Kyle Hunter involved in a nasty crash off of turn number 2. It looks like Marcus Sachi also with some damage. So this had nothing to do with the lap car. Trying to get around Joe Jefferson. Jefferson gives Kyle Hunter the lane. Jason Smeo Jr. drives underneath the 18 car, slides up into him, and just turns him. Flat out turns him. Joe Jefferson able to avoid it. Marcus Sachi can't, and Kyle Hunter climbs the wall upside down on his lid. Here comes Colton Yo. Jake West hits the 40. Yo was able to get stopped and not hit the 18. But the 18 car, I don't think, ever comes back on all fours. You can see Jeff Bright going around the outside. I believe that's Jeff. It could be the 52 as well. So nasty, nasty accident for Kyle Hunter off turn number 2. Up on his lid. And it never comes back down all fours. Scary there. Yeah, I thought it was going to be because they were trying to get around the 88, but that was not the case. It was because the 40 car Jason Smeo Jr. washed up into him, and that is why that caution was called. Levi Shones, look at this race back to the stripe for he and Hanley. Just beats out the 44 car back to the stripe, and I believe he's going to go to victory lane. He's in 3 and 4. Will come back on the backstretch of the white flag. One more time around for Levi Shones, and about a quarter of a lap now around, and he'll get to victory lane. Because of that crash, we have the 18, the 12, and the 50 along with the 4. Going to retire. Jonathan Buford will also retire. So we're only going to have about 18 cars finish on the lead lap, and only about 22 finish this race. So a very wild Charlotte race, and it ends under caution. But the race back to the caution was not boring at all. Shones just beats out Hanley to get a Target Series victory in season number 4, and it's probably going to get him into the chase as he was high up there in points. Checkered flag, Levi Shones. Victory here at Charlotte in the Pepsi 300. Great, great win for Levi Shones. He didn't do it easily. Even though it was under caution, he had to beat Hanley back to the stripe, and he just did it to get to victory lane. Let's go now and check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Pepsi 300 at Charlotte. There are 3 caution flags for 12 laps, a very, very wild race. And there were 5 lead changes among 6 different drivers. Levi Shones gets out front right at the end and secures the victory, and he secures the points lead as well. He gets to the points lead. TJ Hanley led the most laps. Once again, close at Charlotte. He's been, if he doesn't win at Charlotte, he's either top 5. So Hanley with another great showing here at Charlotte. He ends up second, 12 laps led. Tim Gary ends up third. Very, very quiet season for him, but he's been very consistent. Patrick Smith in fourth, and Evan Hunter gets up fifth out of this race. Trey Rainey somehow gets up to sixth. We didn't talk about him at all this race. Tyler Lyman ends up seventh, right where he started. Isaac Nichols ends up eighth. If it wasn't for the lap car, he might have had a shot. Jason Larker ninth, and Joe Jefferson gets to the top 10 with a damaged race car. So there's your top 20. Jay Jefferson, you have to feel bad for him. He was running, third or fourth? Maybe he was battling for a second. Once they caught that lap car and relegated him outside the top 10, he had basically top 5 all but locked up. See, 18 cars finished this race on the lead lap, and only 23 actually finished it rolling. As you look down 21st to 40th, you can see Luke Rainey down here, a lap down. Robert Hernandez, Tim Randolph, Alex Stewart. Max Harrison down here led 8 laps. He was one of the better cars. Fell back once he got stuck on the high side and involved in a crash where he went flipping. Not what Max Harrison wanted out of this day. And a lot of cars down here involved in the early crash. Now let's go look at the point standings. So after 16 races, here are the point standings. Levi Shones with that victory moves up to the points lead by 68 points over Derek Hamill, who is now second. Alex Stewart moves up to third. Patrick Smith up to fourth. And Justin Heath with a DNF and a hard crash falls down to 5th. JT Hanley now 6th. Evan Hunter is up to 7th. Max Harrison now 8th. Luke Rainey is 9th. And Carter Friesen rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. See Marcus Sacchi 11th in points. TJ Hanley with a second place finish. He was like 30th in points at one point. He's now up to 12th. So great recovery for that 44 team. See right there, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 winners in the top 20. As we look down 21st to 40th, you'll see another winner, Jonathan Beeford, in 12th. So those are the 12 winners that are right now going to make the chase. 13th winner, Jeff Bright, just outside the top 30. He has to get up in there to use that victory to get into the chase. And even if he did get up in there, he would still be 13th in only 12 spots. So it's going to be very hard for him. He has to get another victory, is basically his case. So the next race, it's going to be another wild one. Last season, we saw a wreck on the final lap with the leaders, the Samsung 250 at Daytona. See you guys then.